past, I really respect that balance, and I would strive towards meeting that balance more in the future. I think there's also some concerns about the GPSA administration and budget concerns and transparency issues, and those are issues I'd also like to address as well. And my final point with working with GPSA, I feel like that open dialogue is the most fundamental aspect of that.
Thanks very much. Thank you all very much for your opening statements. We'll go ahead and just move right on to questions right now. This is Jose. He's one of our preferred interns. He's going to be picking the questions at random and then reading them, and I will just focus on keeping time. So, Jose, why don't you take it away? And again, we'll be keeping to the same order, so we'll be starting.
Thank you for your brief introduction. First question. Over the last 6 years, the athletics department has received an average of $189,000 increase each year in student fees. Despite this, the program continues to run a deficit. Year-to-date, athletics reports being $200,000 operating debt. Do you support using student fees to shore up these losses? Why or why not? Explain how you plan to achieve the objective.
And before you begin, just a reminder, you do have 4 minutes to answer the question, and do you need us to repeat it?
I think I'm good. Will you be able to repeat it for the other candidates? Does anyone have to repeat it for you?
Okay.
Great. So, just to give you some background, athletics receives $1.9 million in student fees, and they are the second largest line item budget in the student activity fee allocations. So that's a lot of money. We only have $11 million in student activity fees, and athletics accounts for almost $2 million of that. Additionally, athletics accounts for something like $1.2 million in the instruction and general portion of the university's budget. So in total, and then, to put that into context, the athletics budget total is $28 million. So, that's a lot of money. It's apparently not enough to cover what they're doing at athletics, because they are $200,000 in the hole this year. And I know that prior to this year, they were $600,000 in debt. So what we're seeing is there's this huge siphoning off of student money from student fees, and also taxpayer dollars from instruction and general money toward athletics, and they're still not breaking even. I absolutely am against using student money for these purposes. Student fee money ought to be used towards the academic success of students, towards our recruitment, our retention, and ultimately our graduation rates and success in the greater world. And to me, it is just a crying shame that we have organizations that come to the Student Fee Review Board to ask for money. And I've sat on the Student Fee Review Board, for those of you who don't know, for the past 2 years. We have organizations that come to the Student Fee Review Board to ask for money, and those students say, El Centro de la Raza is my home. I didn't feel comfortable on this campus until I found El Centro. They will say, I didn't have any vision towards my degree until I became involved with the community learning and public service organization. Those are groups that make differences in student lives. Additionally, student health and counseling gets money from the Student Fee Review Board, and to the tune of $4 million, so that's a huge trend of change as well. But they make individual contacts with 60% of graduate students. Over the past year, they've seen 60% of us at student health and counseling. Compare that to 500 student athletes. I'm sorry, they just don't compare. Our money should not be going towards athletics. I believe the second part of the question was how I will work towards the goal of eliminating this funding. What I can tell you is that I've already sort of been working towards that goal, and it's an easy road to continue down. The first thing that has occurred this year is I've sat on the UNM Cost Containment Committee, and in that group, the ING budget of athletics was discussed. And initially, we had recommended to us a couple $100,000 decrease of that budget, and I pushed hard to make sure that that number was double or triple that, because I know that graduate students don't support athletics, our money going towards athletics in that way. Secondly, I think that the Student Fee Review Board process actually needs to be athletics experiences. So athletics is one of 9 recurring groups on the student fee review board. The students actually can't cut at all. The only thing we can do is increase the fees for those groups. And structurally, that's not fair. That's basically the administration saying to students, you can't decide how your fees are going to be spent. And I absolutely believe that student board is dictating how the money is spent if it's coming out of our pocket. So I think that one of the things that I can do is work to gather support from all the groups that receive student fee money to revise that policy, and that will go a long way towards making sure that we can reduce the student fee money that goes towards athletics.
Patricia, we'll start with you for your counter argument.
I think it's absolutely important that a university spends the amount of money that it does to sustain an athletic department. I think that the athletic department should stand on its own. I'm a firm believer that that department